Well, welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG, everyone. My name is Louie. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. Today, I want to talk about a change that I have been doing in my collecting of sealed product. This one is not collecting sets that I don't like. Previously, what I used to do is every single set that released, I would collect at least a case of it as an idea that in the future I would be able to sell those cases to kind of fund the hobby and move things through. It's kind of like a 5-year plan. But recently, in the last year, these Innistrad, Crimson Val, and Midnight Hunt sets came out, and I didn't really like them that much. So I started toying around with the idea of doing something different, and I wanted to share that with you. And that something different is actually looking at older booster boxes that I never would have anticipated that I could afford or put money towards as a result of thinking that the money's already been made in the booster boxes. So recently, I picked up a 2-pack here of Scars of Mirrodin, and this is the most recent purchase, but I'm also going to go show you some of the older purchases because I really believe that these boxes can and will appreciate just as well as new Magic sets that are actually successful, whereas some of these new Magic sets that are coming out, I just don't have a whole lot of faith in. Like, I'm not that excited about them, and if I'm not excited about them, I kind of think other people aren't going to be that excited about them. So this is something that I don't see a lot of YouTubers talking about, collecting old Magic boxes, maybe because, they don't have, their sponsors or whatever can't really sell boxes like this. It's incredible how low supply these boxes are. So picked up these at $650 each. It'll be interesting to see where these go. I actually had sold one of these a long time ago for about $550, and so I wanted to recoup one, and then I actually thought it'd be cool to do a box opening of Scars of Mirrodin, and it's cheap enough that maybe we can pull that off at some point. But I wanted to go through some things that I've done over the last year and share with you the kind of wins and losses of them. The first kind of entry into this was I got a 4th edition sealed, it's kind of beat up, but a sealed 4th edition box. And when I picked this up, they were worth about $1,400 just about a year ago. And today, even in the current market, with the downturn of a lot of things, these are still selling for about $1,400 because the supply is so low. These are not boxes that stores are, having to dump in order to, get profits for, not really profits, but in order to get funds for the next Magic set and that kind of stuff. So 4th edition box, I kind of have broken even on. This thing is kind of a mess, but it's just something I wanted in the collection anyway. So really, really cool. It's not revised, it's not something old or super amazing, but it's pretty cool. So that one kind of broke even, right? Like, even though the market's kind of where it is, I kind of broke even. Here's one that I lost some money on, but I think I lost less money on than if I would have gone into Innistrad and Crimson Val at release, is Lorwyn. These boxes are currently selling for about $1,400, between $1,200 and $1,400. I think I paid $1,600 for it. So this is a Lorwyn, man, one of my favorite sets of all time. This is just a set that I think people in the future will still want to draft. It's a set that I would like to draft in the future with my friends. So it's just something that I think is really cool to have. And this is one of the reasons that I think that sealed boxes like this are so cool, because you will be able to fire a draft with this. If you put this draft together as a store or even as an individual at an event or something like that, you can get people here to draft Lorwyn who want to pay in some money to have that experience. And it's not something that's easy to do. The supply of these is crazy. There's only 4 of these listed on TCG Player. I think only 4 or 5 on eBay, and who knows if those are the same listing or whatever. So the supply is super limited on this stuff. So in my opinion, having one is, you're just not going to see these prices tank. They're not going to drop to $900 because there's not the supply for them to do that. And then, of course, I had to complete the Lorwyn block by going with the Morningtide. Morningtide, not as exciting of a set for me, although the themes are very similar. The look is very similar. I just wanted to have the complete block. This would be really cool to, do a block draft or that kind of thing. I think I paid $900 for this, and it's worth $950 now. So again, this is kind of interesting because the current climate of collectibles is so down that kind of a break-even price is a little bit of a win. But we don't really see the full win of things. So Morningtide and Lorwyn, a block there. Then the other thing I was able to pick up was an Onslaught box, and this one is crazy. So I got this one at $16.50, and they're now worth about $1,900. Not anything crazy. You can see my this is already broken, but there's 7 of these listed. And it's just interesting to see what kind of age you can do to a box. I particularly think, the foils in this are really kind of cool and sought after. It's set 1 of 3 in a block, which is kind of a win. So this is a really interesting dynamic. Would you rather have a case of a set that's not super great? These are about $150, $160 each. Would you rather have especially on release, even more expensive? Would you rather have a case of one of these, or would you rather have a box that has extreme rarity, a box that is actually collectible in my mind? Not that these things aren't collectible, but you're always going to have competition with stores and that kind of stuff for these over the next 10 to 15 years. But with this stuff, it's just the supply is so limited on them that you're never going to have that downwards pressure. And I think you will always, and this is, again, not something that a lot of people always talk about, but I think you will always have some sort of upward, look, Carta Monday even printed back then. You always have some sort of upwards pressure for people who do want to draft, people who do want to collect, even people who want to collect one of each of the sealed packs. That can kind of weigh out on stuff like this. I have seen people on the older boxes, revised, not like a 4th edition. Maybe someday though, they'll open boxes and then sell the packs as either graded packs or even just loose packs for people who want to collect one of each loose pack in a collection. So cool stuff. I just wanted to identify that question of what would be better, to have a set that you don't really think is going to perform super well, or a box that has historical significance, a box that raises a lot of eyebrows and joy when they think of it, and something that can be drafted and looked at in the future. So let me know what you think in the comment section. I particularly am excited to see where this goes, and to continue to do it. Just not picking up a massive amount of them, but over the year, 5 or 6 boxes that are old and cool to have, rather than putting the funds that I would have put in towards a new standard set. So I'm not sitting out on every new standard set, just picking the ones that I don't really care for and personally don't have a whole lot of attachment to. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Remember to be kind to the people around you, and we'll see you again next video.